guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm bringing you a review of the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. They recently sent this to me, and I was very curious to try these out because they only have 3 shades, and I was curious if any of them would actually work for me because I'm really picky and I don't like eyebrow pencils that pull red. I like it to be more gray toned or cool toned, so they only have 3 shades in the range, and you'll see in the swatches here, the darkest one is called Deep Brown, the middle one is called Natural Brown, and the lightest one is called Taupe. These are $2 on their site. Of course, I can link these below if you're curious about them. But I chose Natural Brown for mine because it was the closest to the Anastasia one I used in medium brown. And I'm wearing it today. I'm going to show a demo right now of me applying this and how these work if you're curious. And so let's go ahead and get into that, and then afterwards I'll talk about the pros and cons of whether or not I think these are any good or not. So I am going to go ahead and take off both caps. What I like is that right away the actual pencil can go all the way into it so you don't accidentally like get some in the lid when you're putting it on. And it is a little bit thicker of a pencil than like the Anastasia one is. It's to a point right now, but you know, it won't always be. So I'm just gonna start the way I always do and just do little light strokes on the very bottom of my brows here. And this is darker than I would typically use, but the one that was the next shade lighter than this pulled a little bit too red for my taste. So I didn't end up wanting to use that for this. And I'm just gonna, everything else I'm just gonna fill in lightly. So you can see right away that this is a lot darker than I would typically do, and what I always do and what most people do is they'll take a spoolie, and this one comes with one like most do, and just brush through it to kind of spread that color throughout, but also to lighten it just a little bit, make it look a little bit more natural. And a lot of times I'll just use the tip to kind of get rid of anything that got too far onto my skin that's not necessarily following my brow hairs. So now I'm going to do it to the other side. Now what I usually do is bring it out just a little bit this way, just because I am more sparse when it comes to the edge of my brows. So I'll bring that a little bit farther out than my actual hairs are, just to make it look a little more full and long. And like I said, this actually is a little bit darker than I typically use, but I don't mind it because it's not pulling red. So what I would typically do after this is use some sort of clear brow gel. I really like the NYX Control Freak because it's really inexpensive. I like the Anastasia one too, but it's like $20-something, and they both do the same thing. So I'm just brushing this through and then just using the tip of it to kind of get the hairs in the place that I want them to be in. And like some of these, I need to kind of trim my brows here soon. Do the same thing over here. Use the tip. So as you can tell, I think it worked really well. It is a little deeper than I usually go for my brows. I could go way deeper if I wanted because my hair is dark brown, but I just have always gone a little lighter because my brows are naturally light, as you can see. But I do feel that Natural Brown is a really nice one, that it doesn't pull red or anything like that. The Deep Brown that they sell really is almost a black, but when you brush it out, it lightens a lot. So if you have even deeper hair, you would definitely like that. And then the Taupe one definitely pulls a little red, but a lot of people need that. Like if you're blonde, I think it would probably work for you. Obviously, the price point is a huge pro for this. $2, I mean, is nothing when I'm paying like $21 for my Anastasia Brow Wiz. That's similar packaging and like the same shade, but it's just way more expensive. This e.l.f. one, like I said, is $2, and it's got the roll up on one side and the spoolie on the other. And while the spoolie is way bigger than a lot of the ones that are out there, it does a perfect job of combing through and spreading out the color. That I can't believe these are $2. The lids are like, they actually like stay on, they kind of snap on, they don't like fall off, which some do. So I'm very thankful for that. And I think that honestly, I just can't believe these are $2. These really are good, and it has been so hard for me to find a brow color that's cheaper than what I'm paying, but that actually is the right match for me, and I finally found one. I've been trying out the NYX one, but I need to get a different shade because it's just not working for me right now. Wear time for this, it doesn't budge all day. I mean, it just doesn't move. And I think that's true for most eyebrow pencils, but some of them are almost too creamy where they would just like rub off. But this, I love the pencil form. I mean, that's what I've been drawn to anyway, but it doesn't move. Once it's on, it just stays put. And then like I always use a clear brow gel over it just to set it. e.l.f. sells some too, but I haven't found one from e.l.f. that I totally love that works the same as the other ones I use. I really like that NYX one, but it just doesn't move. The color stays put, it doesn't wander. Even if it's in a place where I don't have like a lot of hair, it still stays put, which I am very thankful for. Overall, would I recommend these? Absolutely. You cannot beat this. Now, I would say one of the cons is that it only has 3 colors. So if you don't find one you like, I mean, you're kind of out of luck. But for $2, I think it's worth trying. And like you saw with the spoolie, it really does soften it a lot. So if you need one way lighter than these, you can really soften them up the way you apply them. And it's certainly worth a shot for $2 a pop. I mean, that's like buying a cheeseburger at McDonald's. So it's not like a huge investment, and I definitely was impressed, to be honest with you guys. Hopefully this review and demo was helpful for you guys. If you're interested in more of my e.l.f. reviews or just drugstore reviews and demos in general, I will link my playlist below. Definitely subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye!